What is up, guys, and welcome back to some COD gameplay. This time we're on Downpour, and to be fair, the game went alright for us actually, but straight onto the commentary and straight onto the football talk, and this time it's about Hull. It is about Hull City. Obviously, we've just been relegated. If you don't know, I support Hull. I'm from around there, but like I said, we have just been relegated. Lost against 4-0. 4-0 against Crystal Palace. That is just so bad. To be fair, I mean, the last two games against Sunderland and Crystal Palace, obviously we've lost, conceded 6 goals altogether, scored none. And, you know, against Sunderland, I obviously went, and it was a very tense game. You could tell the crowd was tense. You could tell, you know, the players was a bit tense. They weren't linking together. They weren't kind of playing as, you know, the normal selves as they've done under Marco Silva. And obviously losing that game put so much more pressure onto us in this game. And, you know, you could kind of tell because the thing is, the players since January, I've got to say, have done very well. The transfers that we've brought in also have done really well. It's just that period between, I think it was September and obviously December, where, you know, we won like 4 games. I don't even think we won 4 games actually. It's really, you can't do that in the Premier League because you're going to go down. So, you know, that kind of spell under Mike Phelan just, you know, completely shattered us really. And I mean, Marco Silva, to be fair to him, did an outstanding job. He really did. I mean, we were last bottom in the table by a few points, and he's brought us back and actually, you know, he nearly kept us up. He really did. And, you know, fair play to him and fair play to the players because, you know, I know they obviously didn't play that well at the start of the season, but, you know, this last kind of a few months they've really pushed themselves, and to be fair, I'm not really too bothered about going down. You could kind of tell that, like I said, at kind of the first waypoint of the season, but you know, they kind of give us a bit of hope and that a bit towards the second half of the season, but you know, it's just one of those things. We was actually favourites to go down at the start of the season, and to be fair, we've had a good go. But anyway, there's kind of 3 points that I want to talk about, and you know, going down to Championship is a hard time. It's a hard time for the fans, it's a hard time for the players, and it's a hard time for the club, because obviously the club won't be getting as much money in, the players won't be getting as much wages, and then obviously you have the fans that, you know, kind of stop supporting the side that when they're not in the big tier. But first up, with the players now, obviously most of the players that we've got starting are actually on loan, and that means it's that we're losing basically half of our squad. The side that started against Crystal Palace, we've got Jakupovic in goal, who I think obviously will be staying. We've got Elmo, who I want to go but probably will be staying. Then you've got Renachoa, who's on loan from Inter Milan. He's definitely not, you know, coming to the Championship with us. Harry Maguire is basically, you know, already off the board. He's off to Everton or Tottenham. And then you've got Andy Robertson, who's apparently already, you know, signed a contract with Liverpool and made an agreement with them. So basically, you know, 2 out of our back five have gone. And then you've got Grzycki, he's off back to Stadio Rennes. You've got Ndai off back to Villarreal. You've got Markovic off back to Liverpool. And Nasser, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have bought him anyway, but he's off back to Everton. And, you know, it's very hard times because we've also now got a very old squad. And, you know, the likes of Curtis Davies, I think he will probably go, to be fair. Michael Dawson, I'd like him to stay and maybe get another year, see what he can do. Because, to be fair, I thought he played alright against Crystal Palace. He was probably one of the better centre-backs. And then, obviously, Sam Clucas, I hope he stays as well. Abel Hernandez, he's kind of shown that he's not really a Premier League striker. He did very well for us in the Championship when we went down that season, 2 seasons ago. But, you know, you've got to kind of... I know it's hard coming up from the Championship to the Premier League. It's a completely different class, completely different level. But Abel Hernandez has showed that he's not a Premier League player. And if it was me, I would chip him off as well. So that's kind of a big thing about the players. We need to buy a lot of players next season. I'd go for more younger. But, you know, it's just one of those things. It's very difficult to kind of have a say on. Because, like I said... the time that we went down when we had like Livermore, Huddleston, everyone, they kind of all stayed and they kind of accepted it was their fault, and they had all the wages, you know, slashed by half, and they all stuck together and they all got promoted again. But I don't think this is the case this time round. You know, we haven't got kind of a manager, because I don't think Marco Silva will be staying. We haven't got kind of the security and the stability, if that's the right word to use, of the owners. So I think a lot of the players will probably be moving on, and you know, it's kind of a damaging thing, really. I'll probably go more into more episodes. Obviously, this isn't the longest of COD videos. We joined kind of, you know, 3 minutes into the game, so and on this map it goes quite quickly because it isn't the biggest. But like I said, I will, you know, talk about it in different episodes. I'll probably talk about it on my career modes as episodes as well. So we'll see how we do there. But anyway, our team, obviously, as you see, won the game. I finished 9-9, so not a bad game altogether. We didn't do too bad. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please like and subscribe if you are new. And guys, I'll be seeing you later. Peace.